at the 25. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Cousins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Watch the screen. Check.
Now the former Illinois man is Josh Ferguson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's complete to Fuller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Put his boys down, he's coming. At 31. 36. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Check. Hey, 59.
They'll try with Ferguson. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Ferguson, 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 39, Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That one a first down pickup of 8. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
You got 4. He's just
Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Texans football to start quarter 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his target, Fuller. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 55 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Well, they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Out of the gun, Watson steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a run with Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it, here's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Well, he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. A 1st down throw for Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's Jaleel Addae who brings him down.
Watch tight, tight end front. Watch tight, tight end front.
On third down, Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right,
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Houston. 86 yards. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll run it. This is Ferguson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Ferguson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Josh Ferguson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Gun.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. So we've hit intermission. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit for... field goal.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Gun.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Toss play, Ferguson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, no, easy.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
49, check 49, check 49.
On 1st down, Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, box truck.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Receiver, 300. Hey, Orbit.
First down, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A second down carry for Ferguson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, for a touchdown, Houston. Josh Ferguson, 65 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing his Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
That right now